Here it is, the brand new Specialized Tarmac SL7, and this is everything you need to know about the brand new bike. The new Tarmac SL7 has been one of the worst kept secrets this year, with leaked images all over the internet and social media, but today that speculation ends as the bike has finally been released. Let's have a closer look at the details. The Tarmac SL6 wasn't really an aero bike, but it is now. They've redesigned the seat tube, seat stays, head tube and fork blades, and added the aero handlebar from the Venge to make it a claimed 45 seconds quicker over a 40-kilometer course compared to the previous SL6. These claims are with the Aerofly 2 handlebar and Roval Rapid wheels, by the way. There's no indication of what power or speed that testing was done at, so as with all aero claims, we can only take it at face value. But in other words, it's more aero, not only compared to the previous SL6, but also the first two generation Venge aero bikes. And against other rivals, Specialized are claiming the new SL7 is faster than the Trek Madone disc, and also the new Amonda SLR that launched a few weeks ago. Link to that bike in the card above if you missed it. The new Tarmac SL7 achieves a lot of this improvement with the use of the same Aerofly handlebar first seen on the Venge a couple of years ago. That, combined with a new stem for the Tarmac, which is lighter, helps to reduce frontal surface area by putting all the cables, wires and hoses inside the handlebar, underneath the stem and straight into the frame. In this way, it's the same as the Venge aero bike, and in my personal experience, it's one of the easier systems to live with and travel with, as I found out when I tested the Venge a few years ago. Packaging cables, wires and hoses inside the handlebar, stem and frame is seen by many as a requirement on a modern race bike like this, if the comments on my giant TCR are anything to go by. There's also a brand new seat post, which, just like on a Venge aero bike, houses a Di2 junction box in the top of the seat post just underneath the clamp, making for better aerodynamics, and it makes it easier for the Team Pro mechanic to lean out the car and make adjustments to the gears as the rider is going along. For normal riders like you and me, in the real world, without a team car following you, you can spec an optional junction box in the handlebar to make it easier to make on-the-fly gear adjustments when you need to. Aero usually means a weight penalty, but Specialized have worked hard to keep the SL7 as light as possible. The range-topping S-Works frame weighs a claimed 800 grams using a top-end FACT 12R carbon, with a Shimano Dual Race Di2 group set and a Roval Rapid CLX wheels. Specialized are claiming a weight for this bike of 6.7 kilograms, so well under UCI weight limit. So very impressive, but not the lightest in its class. The giant TCR Advanced SL is a claimed 6.6 kilograms, and Trek Amonda SLR is only a little bit heavier at 6.75 kilograms. So clearly the SL7 is not the lightest, but it's definitely in the right ballpark. If your budget doesn't quite stretch to the S-Works frame, don't worry, the Pro and Expert models use FACT 10R carbon fibre for a claimed 920 gram frame weight, and with a Shimano Di2 group set, you're looking at between 7.3 and 7.6 kilograms depending on equipment and wheels. Now the S-Works and Pro frames share all the same design features, tube profiles and aero enhancements. It's just the carbon fibre layout is different, so the only difference is on the scales. There's no difference in ride quality or handling according to Specialized. Choosing a new road race bike these days often means making a choice between a super aero maximum speed machine or a lightweight climbing focused bike. And the Tarmac has always been a good all-rounder. Well, the new Tarmac SL7 is claimed to be all these things in one bike, making that choice easier or removing that choice altogether. It's apparently as aero as the Venge, but at 6.7 kilogram claim weight, it's as light as the previous SL6. So you no longer have to choose between aero or low weight, you can have both in one bike. This does seem to be the way that many road race bikes are going. There's quite a few brands now making their lightweight bikes as aero as possible without sacrificing that low weight that we want in a road race bike, yet giving you that aero performance to make you go faster in the sprint and breakaways. That's all thanks to advances in design and better manufacturing capabilities. It's worth responding to the way that pro racing is going these days, with much faster and harder courses being rolled out at races like the Tour de France. There's no compromise though with the 68mm BSA external threaded bottom bracket, but some people will be unhappy at the disc brake only design of the new SL7. There's no rim brake version for this bike at all. The Tarmac SL6 was a hugely popular race bike, and it's largely down to the excellent handling, which in my experience is just about perfect. It's fast, precise, nimble and easy to ride at any speed through any sort of corner, and just good in all situations. I've ridden many Tarmacs over the years in various builds, and the handling has always impressed me, always been a highlight of the Tarmac. Thankfully, it doesn't look like Specialized has messed with the design blueprint too much, but it does say it's raised the bar yet again, and that is the most balanced Tarmac ever produced. How's that then? Well, it's all part of what the company likes to call rider first engineering, which has evolved to ensure each height rider gets the same experience regardless of frame size. So a smaller frame and a bigger frame will give the same handling and performance as the medium-sized frames. Specialized also claims to have increased the frame stiffness to the same level of the Venge, but maintain the compliance of the Tarmac, which, if true, will be very impressive indeed. Now, I've ridden the Venge and it's a stunning bike, but notably firmer and harder than the SL6. So if they've made the SL7 as good as the Venge, but maintaining that smoothness that Tarmac's always been famous for, it should be a winning mix. The actual geometry of the SL7 is the same as the SL6, which is the same as the Venge, so no differences there to speak of. One great trend with the new road race bike being launched at the moment is ever increasing tyre clearance. And for the SL7, there's space for up to a 32mm wide tyre. That's on a 21mm internal rim width and provides 4mm of clearance between the tyre and frame. All bikes across the range, as with the previous model, will be spec'd with 26mm wide tyres, so it's up to you to upgrade to a wide tyre if you want more comfort on your new Tarmac SL7. At first glance, the new SL7 looks like a lazy facelift. But that said, I've always liked the look of the SL6. The overall profile, the tube shapes and the paint jobs, from stealth black to some of the boldest colours ever seen on a mainstream bike, they all work for me. And Specialized is also not shying away from bold paint jobs, and it's even offering 2 paint jobs on most models in the range, which is more choice than most manufacturers offer. I put all the prices for US, UK and Euros in the description below, but as I'm based in the UK, here are some UK prices. So top of the range S-Works Tarmac with SRAM bred ETAP axles is going to cost you £10,500 with all the carbon bling, including Roval rapid wheels and SRAM's wireless group set with a SRAM power meter. If you prefer Shimano to SRAM, I know lots of you do, and also costing £10,500, it's a dual race Di2 equipped model with the same wheels and finishing kit and a Specialized power meter. So 2 options at the top, SRAM or Shimano depending on your preference. Stepping down to £6,750, we have a Tarmac Pro. Now that's built around a SRAM Force ETAP axis wireless group set with Roval Rapid CL wheels. And if you prefer Shimano Ultegra Di2, well that's £6,500. Get a bit more affordable now, it's a Tarmac Expert with a Shimano Ultegra Di2 group set costing £4,750, though you only get DTR 470 wheels, which are an obvious downgrade and clearly there to make up for the electronic group set and its cost. Probably the pick of the range for me is the cheapest model in the range, the Tarmac Expert costing £4,750. With this bike, you get a mechanical Shimano Ultegra group set, and guys, you know how much I love the group set, with deep section carbon wheels. So the choice between the 2 cheapest models is either mechanical gears and deep section carbon wheels, or electronic gears and shallow alloy wheels. So which will you choose? Let me know in the comment section down below. The Tarmac SL6 lives on in the range, and as Specialized normally does with new bikes, that proves the top end model gets pushed down to the entry level, so Tarmac SL6 occupies the bottom of the range. So you're basically getting a once top of the range, top end flagship bike at a fraction of the price. So that is the brand new Specialized Tarmac SL7 in a nutshell, and everything you need to know about this new bike. If you have any questions, get down in the comment section below and ask away. And if you're wondering where my review is, well, there is a bike winging its way to me in the next few weeks, so make sure you tune into my channel on a regular basis by subscribing to my channel and clicking the notification bell, and there will hopefully be a review very soon, so you can find out what I think of this exciting new bike. There's clearly a lot of competition in this sector. We've got the new Trek Amonda SLR, we've got the new Giant TCR Advanced SL, got the Scott Addict, the Focus Ilzaco Pro Max as well, so some really good choice in this category of lightweight and also aero bikes that should strike a good balance across all situations, and for the rider who wants one race bike that can perform well in the mountains and also in the sprints. But that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Hit that like button if you did, and also subscribe to my channel. But that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Take it easy, and I'll see you again soon.